So today we are going to learn about multiple fission. What is this multiple fission? Now this multiple fission is also a type of asexual reproduction. Okay, asexual reproduction performed by amoeba. So amoeba, what they do? They will stop the formation of pseudopodia. During multiple fission, what happens? The formation of pseudopodia stops and thereby movements also stops. So whenever there is lack of food or any other type of adverse condition means what? Whenever the amoeba is not getting food, or if the climate is very hot or very cold climate, during that time, what happens? This amoeba will stop the formation of pseudopodia. You know, pseudopodia is a finger-shaped structure around the amoeba which helps to move as well as capture the prey for the amoeba. So the movement itself stops and it becomes rounded. You can see in the diagram how amoeba becomes round in shape. Okay, and forms a protective covering around the plasma membrane. There is a protective covering. Okay, so that is such ancestor amoeba or any other protist. What we call it as a cyst. Okay, so in the diagram it is marked here. What is cyst? It is shown over here. You can see in the diagram. So that is the cyst. Cyst. What is cyst? Cyst is a outer protective covering around the plasma membrane. Understood? So many nuclei are formed in this way by repeated divisions. Nucleus will keep on dividing. And what happens? Many small nuclei are formed during this process. So it is followed by what type of division? Cytoplasmic division. And many amoebulae. Small amoebas are called daughter amoeba or amoebulae. So they are formed and they remain ancestor till there are adverse conditions. So what happens? You can see in the diagram, in the first diagram, you can see the parent amoeba. Okay. Then the second diagram, you can see the cyst. Yes. And the third diagram, what is shown? Division of nucleus and cytoplasm. So nucleus and cytoplasm will divide. Okay. And then what we can see at the end? Daughter amoebae. So small daughter amoebae comes out of the cell. Okay. So this way, that this process is called multiple fission. So cyst will break during that time. It will open on arrival of favorable condition and many amoebulae are released. So in the diagram, it is very much clear how these amoebulae are released. So once again, I'll repeat what happens. Many nuclei are formed during nuclear division, okay, in the cyst. And whenever the favorable condition comes, what happens? The cyst will break open and these small amoebulae are released outside. So this is how multiple fission occurs. Okay. So in which case you can find this in amoeba, right? Now next we are having budding. Okay. Now what is this budding? So what you have to do, you have to bring active dry yeast powder from the market. Okay. So take 50 milliliter of water, lukewarm water. That means little warm water in a conical flask, and add 5 gram dry yeast powder to it, and add 10 grams of sugar, table sugar, to that water and mix very well. Okay, make the mixture of it in the flask and keep the flask in warm place. Okay. After an hour, what you have to do? You have to take a drop of that mixture on a clean glass slide and put a cover glass on that drop and observe it under the compound microscope. Now what you can see, students, which cells you will find when you will observe through the microscope? Anybody? Yeast cells. Very good, Manjima. You will find the yeast cells. Okay. So in the diagram, you can see how the cells are. These cells performing budding, which which process they are doing? They are doing the budding. So you can find a small bud coming out of many parent cells. Yes. So these small buds are coming out. That's why the name came as budding. So this is a type of asexual reproduction occurring in this yeast. Okay. So yeast cells perform budding, and during this process, we can also call it as a unicellular fungus, single celled fungus. So yeast cell afterwards produces two daughter nuclei. Okay. So after the budding, what happens? Two daughter nuclei occurs by mitotic cell division. Okay. So in this way, budding completes. So this yeast cell, what we call it as parent cell. Okay. So the parent cell undergoes budding, and a small bulge appears on the surface of parent cell. So this bulge is actually a bud. What it is? It is a bud. Okay. So this first one, that is a, you can say the first one which is shown over here, that is what? It is a parent cell, parent yeast cell. The second one is bulging out. Okay. The third is a new bud. Okay. And then what you can find? Okay. So this way, then comes the daughter yeast, and this way the process continues. Right? Okay, 1 second. Okay. So here the last diagram which shows that is nothing but daughter yeast. What we can call it as daughter yeast. Okay. So this way, if from the small bulge that appears in the parent cell, okay, what happens? This bulge, what we call it as bud, new bud. Okay. From that new bud, you will get two daughter nuclei, and that will enter this bird, and after sufficient growth, what will happen to the bird? Bird will separate from the parent cell and starts to live independently. Now they are free, so they will live independently, and what we call it as daughter yeast cell. Okay, what is the name given? Daughter yeast cell. So this is how budding occurs in yeast cells. I hope everyone understood what is budding and how it takes place in yeast cell. Fine. Okay. Okay, now let us move to the next part, that is asexual reproduction in multicellular organisms. Till now we were learning about unicellular organisms. Okay, in unicellular organisms, three processes you learned. What was that? First one is binary fission, second is multiple fission, and the third is budding. Now we are moving to multicellular organisms. In multicellular organisms, you had to learn again five process of asexual reproduction. That is, first one is fragmentation in Spirogyra. Next, we will be learning about regeneration. Okay, regeneration in Planaria. The third is budding in Hydra. And the fourth one is vegetative propagation in some of the vegetables like sweet potatoes, okay, bryophyllum, etc. And the last one which you are going to learn is about spore formation in fungus, that is mucor. Okay, so students, let us learn one by one slowly. Okay, all the five processes you have to study if the question comes, okay, in the brief. Okay, so that is for 5 marks. Okay, that time, what is fragmentation in Spirogyra? Okay, now you can see in the diagram the filament of Spirogyra. What is the color of Spirogyra, children? Give the answers in the chat box. What is the color of Spirogyra? Green color. Very good. So what you can say about it? Green color fragment. So what they will do, they can Yes, they can prepare their own food. Yes or no? So now here we will find that they perform asexual reproduction. Okay. So in this type of reproduction, what happens? The body of the parent organism breaks up into many fragments. Now you can see in the diagram how the body of Spirogyra has broken over here. Yes. So here this part, and you will take this, when you'll see, look here, what you will find that the body of Spirogyra has broken here, right? So that two parts which you can see, one upside and one on the lower side, what we call it as fragment. Okay, this way. Now here we can see only two fragments, like that it can be into many fragments, and each fragment, what they will do, they will start to live as an independent living organism. So one Spirogyra, okay, one Spirogyra has broken into two parts, right? Two fragments, right? So what we can say, this way the Spirogyra will form fragments. That's why the name came as fragmentation. So this type of reproduction occurs in algae like Spirogyra, also in sponges like Cycon. Okay, so in both the cases you will find this process taking place. So whenever there is plenty of water, plenty of nutrition available, okay, food particles are available in the water, that time what happens, the filament of Spirogyra will grow up very fast. How they will grow up? It will grow up very fast, and during that time what happens, it will break. Yes, it will break into small fragments, and each fragments, what they will do, they will start to live independently. Okay, they will live as a new Spirogyra fiber. So suppose if you're taking example of Cycon, if accidentally also it breaks up, what happens? Many fragments will be formed, and each fragment will develop into new Cycon. Okay. So this much all of you understood, students, what is fragmentation and how it takes place. Okay, I will ask you one question. You have to answer to this question. Okay. Okay. So the question is, okay, when the body of Spirogyra breaks up, okay, so into parts, what we call each part as? Fragments. Very good. Okay. Okay, what is the other example which I explained you just now? Along with Spirogyra, which is the other one? Very good. Cycon. Okay, good. Okay, which type of reproduction is this? What is the name of this type of reproduction? Fragmentation. Very good. Is it asexual or sexual type of reproduction? Yes, asexual. Very good. Okay. So I hope you understood very well how Spirogyra undergoes fragmentation. Okay, when this process takes place, what is the condition during, what it needs for fragmentation? Plenty of water. Very good, Samiksha. Plenty of water as well as what? Nutrition. Okay, plenty of water. Very good, Purva. Plenty of water and plenty of nutrition. During that time, the filaments will grow very fast, and then it starts breaking into small fragments. Correct. Okay. So let us move to the next slide, where we will be learning about regeneration.